Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name CareersCloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, CareersCloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the 4th week of the April month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. First is, which IIT along with IIT Delhi has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Armed Forces Medical Services for collaborative research and training? It is IIT Kanpur. So it is IIT Kanpur and IIT Delhi, which these two organizations have signed MOU, and it is for research and training. Here, under this MOU, IIT Kanpur, they will provide their technical expertise to develop artificial intelligence diagnostic models, and IIT Delhi, their biomedical research ecosystem will provide the technical expertise that are related to the medical field. Next, which of the following statements are correct with respect to the report ensuring safety and health at work in changing climate? If we look at the options here, option A and option B are right. The report states that annually 22.85 million occupational injuries and around 18,970 deaths and 2.09 million disabilities adjusted life years occur due to excessive heat. So absolutely right. B is saying in 2020 an estimated 26.2 million people were living with the chronic kidney disease due to exposure to excessive heat at the workplace. Absolutely right. But option C is saying that it also states that annually around 1.5 billion workers are exposed to solar ultraviolet radiations, with more than 18,960 work-related deaths annually from cardiovascular disease. So remember, it is actually this report also stated that around 1.6 billion workers are exposed to solar ultraviolet radiation. Remember, in our sunlight there are UV rays, right? That are your ultraviolet rays, and they also can cause skin disease, right? And this will cause not cardiovascular disease but your skin related disease, even skin cancer. Now option C is right. Next, which neobank has recently received in principle approval from RBI to issue prepaid payment instruments including the prepaid cards and prepaid wallets? What are these PPIs? PPIs are basically cards and wallets that you can recharge as per your need, right? And neobank is a bank that is only available in digital format. There is no physical branch for this neobank. So which is that bank? It is Revolut India, right? They have recently received the in principle approval from RBI to issue PPIs including prepaid cards and wallets. Next, which company has recently signed a transfer of technology agreement with Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and their arm National Aerospace Laboratories CSIR NAL for light combat aircraft Tejas Mark 1A engine bay door production, right? So right option here is, it is HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. They have signed this transfer of technology agreement with CSIR's NAL to manufacture this BMI engine bay door for light combat aircraft Tejas Mark 1 aircraft. Next, which of the following statements is are correct with respect to 25th Laureus World Sports Award 2024? If we look at the options here, option A and option B are right, C is wrong. A is saying Novak Djokovic, the world number one Serbian men's professional tennis player, was honored with the Laureus World Sportsman of the Year Award 2024. Absolutely right. B is that Aitana Bonmati, a professional women's footballer of Spain, has won the Laureus Sports Women of the Year Award. So absolutely right. C option is Spain's men football team was honored with the Laureus World Team of the Year. Is it correct? No, it was not Spain's men team, but it was Spain's women team. Was women's football team was honored here with the Laureus World Team of the Year. Next, which of the following statements are correct with respect to World Energy Leadership Award 2024? If we look at here, all these options, all three of them A, B, C are rightly mentioned here. Dr. Sultan Ahmad Al Zaber of UAE, the president of 28th COP to the UNFCCC, has won the Global Energy Transition Impact Award for his leadership in advancing energy transition. B is Velclav Smile of Canada has won the Energy Systems Luminary Award for his significant contributions to advancing energy literacy. C is Daniel Nicole Dunlop of Scotland has won the World Energy Visionary Leadership Award. So all these three options A, B, C are right here. Next, which space organization has recently confirmed its Dragonfly rotorcraft mission to Titan with a total life cycle cost of $3.35 billion? It is NASA, National Aeronautics Space Administration, right? NASA. They have confirmed their Dragonfly rotorcraft mission to Titan. What is the Titan? Titan is the largest moon of the Saturn, right? And here the total cost of this mission will be around $3.35 billion, and this mission is set to launch in July 2028. Saturn, it has a total of 146 moons. If we talk about, remember, Titan, it is the second largest moon of our solar system. The largest moon is of Jupiter. And what is the name of that moon? It is Ganymede. Next, when was English Language Day observed across the globe? So on 23rd of April, we observe English Language Day. And this is basically, remember here, English, it is one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations. This day is observed on 23rd of April because it commemorates the birth and death anniversary of English playwright and poet William Shakespeare. Next, name the table tennis player who has become the top ranked Indian woman in the International Table Tennis Federation chart of April 2024 by replacing Manika Batra with rank 38. So, Srija Okla, right? Srija Akula, right, has become the top ranked Indian women table tennis player after rising to a career rank of 38, right? And she replaced Manika Batra here, right? Take a note of this. And she has become the India's number one table tennis player. Next, in April, the Industrial Finance Corporation of India received a capital infusion of dash amount through the issuance of the equity shares to the government. So, Industrial Finance Corporation of India received a capital infusion of 500 crore rupees through the issuance of equity shares to the government. And here a total allotment of 123,977,188. These many shares were done. Next, which of the following statement is are correct with respect to the fourth edition of the World Meteorological Organization's State of the Climate in Asia 2023 report released in April 2024? If we look at the options here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. As per the report, globally, the annual mean near surface temperature in 2023 surged to 1.45 plus minus 0.12 degrees Celsius above the 1850 to 1900 pre-industrial average, marking it the warmest year on record. So 2023, it was the warmest year on record. Absolutely right. Then in 2023, Asia experienced 79 weather hazard related disasters. That includes your floods, storms, resulting over 2000 fatalities. That means 2000 deaths and directly affecting the million of people. So absolutely right. C is saying that Asia emerged as the world's most disaster affected area, with the mean temperature soaring to 0.91 degrees Celsius above the 1991 to 2020 reference period. So all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances signed an MOU with the Ministry of Civil Services of which country for cooperation in human resource development in civil services over the next 5 years? It is Cambodia. Right. So Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, they signed an MOU with the Ministry of Civil Services of Cambodia, and it is for the cooperation in the field of human resource development in civil services sector. Right. And this will be for next 5 years. Next, which organization has recently released their Climate Strategy 2030 document to promote green financing? It will be National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Right? NABARD. NABARD. NABARD, they released their Climate Strategy 2030 document. This document was released by the chairman of NABARD, and who is the chairman here? Shaji K.V. Right? He is the chairman of NABARD, and this was released during the World Earth Day occasion, that was on 22nd of April. Next, which bank has recently introduced a suite of financial products including banking industry's first ATM insurance? So it is AU Small Finance Bank, right? AU Small Finance Bank introduced a suite of financial products including banking industry's first ATM insurance. This included two new credit cards. They are AU SPONT Rupee credit card, and second is your NOMO, that is no missing out, right? Take a note of this. Next, name the bank that has recently become the first bank to execute the RBI's programmable CBDC pilot to compensate the farmers for carbon credit. It is your IndusInd Bank Limited, right? They became the first bank to successfully execute the RBI's programmable CBDC pilot, and it is to compensate the farmers for their carbon credit. And as a part of this pilot, Indus Bank, they will initiate a programmable CBDC disbursement to 50 farmers in Ratnagiri districts of Maharashtra, and plans to cover 1000 farmers. So this question can also be asked in this way, that for this pilot project, which district was selected, and in which districts 50 farmers were selected? It is Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. Next, which company has recently launched UPI Switch in partnership with Airtel Payments Bank? It is Razorpay. Right? Razorpay Software Private Limited. This is an online instant payment company. They have launched their own UPI infrastructure, that is UPI Switch. Right? This is the next generation cloud-based innovation, and they have partnered with Airtel Payment Bank, that is Razorpay. They partnered with Airtel Payment Bank to launch this UPI Switch. It is designed to handle up to 10,000 transactions per second at any given point of time. It is powered by technology service providers for banks, and it will enable 5 times faster UPI transactions. Right? Next, which bank has recently partnered with Tata Power Solar to boost solar energy adoption? It is Indian Bank. Right? Indian Bank has recently partnered with Tata Power Solar to boost the energy adoption. Correct? And basically providing financial support to the residential consumers for installations. Also remember, PM Modi, he launched PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana in Feb, and the scheme was launched with an outlay of 75,021 crore rupees. Under this PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, residential consumers can avail loan of up to 2 lakh rupees at an annual interest rate of 7%. Next, which company or organization has recently developed the lightest bulletproof jacket in India for protection against highest threat level? It is DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization. They have developed the India's lightest bulletproof jacket for the protection against armor piercing ammunition, correct? And the bulletproof jacket, it has been developed by Defense Materials and Stores Research Development Establishment. This is a DRDO lab that is based in Kanpur, UP. So remember, important thing to remember here it is that DRDO developed this bulletproof jacket, right? Next, when was Administrative Professionals Day observed across the globe? So on 24th of April, we observe Administrative Professionals Day. Take a note of this, and this day was observed across the globe on Wednesday, right? That was 24th of April of the last full week in April. Take a note of this is observed on Wednesday of the last week of April, and it is to celebrate and recognize the role of secretaries, assistants, receptionists in day-to-day support to the professionals. Right? This observance of this Administrative Professionals Day is led by International Association of Administrative Professionals. And remember this APW, that is Administrative Professionals Week, is observed on the every last full week in April, and day is on the Wednesday of the last week, correct? And this time this Administrative Professional Weeks was from 21st to 27th of April. Next, when was the National Panchayati Raj Day observed across India? So National Panchayati Raj Day was observed on 24th of April. This National Panchayati Raj Day, also known as National Local Self-Government Day, and observed across India on 24th of April, and it is to recognize and honor the establishment of Panchayati Raj systems and their pivotal role in decentralized governance. Also remember, this day commemorates the institutionalization of the Panchayati Raj India that was done through the 73rd Amendment Act of 1992 that came into force on 24th of April 1993. And this year 2024, it marks the 15th edition of the National Panchayati Raj Day. Next, in April, Dash tribe took part in the elections of 2024 for the first time by casting their vote in Andaman and Nicobar Lok Sabha constituency. That is of Sompen tribe took part in the elections for the first time. Right, take a note of this. They reside in the dense tropical rainforest of the Great Nicobar Island, and they have taken part in the election process for the first time by casting their vote in Andaman and Nicobar Lok Sabha constituency. Next, which company has recently inaugurated India's first multi-purpose green hydrogen pilot project in Himachal Pradesh? It is SJVN Limited, that is Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited, right? Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited inaugurated India's first multi-power or multi-purpose, that is heat and power green hydrogen pilot project at 1500 megawatt Nathpa Jhakri hydro power station, that is in Himachal Pradesh. Next, the project is set to produce 14 kilograms of hydrogen per day during 8 hours of operation, which will be stored in 6 storage tanks. Next, the International Financial Service Centres Authority of India signed an MOU with Capitals Market Authority of which country to share information regarding technologies and innovation with the financial and regulatory ecosystem, that is Kuwait. Option 4 is right here. Then in April 24, RBI restricted Dash Bank from adding new customers online and issuing new credit cards. So recently in April, RBI restricted Kotak Mahindra Bank from adding new customers online and issuing new credit cards. Next, which bank has recently reappointed Amitabh Singh Chaudhary as its managing director and chief executive officer? So Axis Bank has reappointed Amitabh Singh Chaudhary as managing director and chief executive officer. He will be in this position for next 3 years. And this will be his second extension of 3 years. Next, who has been recently appointed as UN resident coordinator from India in the Republic of Indonesia? So Geeta Sabharwal, right? Geeta Sabharwal of India took charge as the UN resident coordinator in the Republic of Indonesia, and she will be succeeding Valérie Julien of France. She was having this position since October 2020. Who has been recently appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Shrey Infrastructure Finance Limited? So right option here is Hridayal Prasad, right? Has been appointed as MD and CEO of Shrey Infrastructure Finance Limited, right? Next, in April, Rocket Lab launched NASA Dash spacecraft and South Korea's Dash satellite into orbit from Rocket Lab Launch Complex 1 from New Zealand. So Rocket Lab launched NASA's which spacecraft? It was ACS-3. And South Korea's which satellite? It was Neon Sat 1, right? And they were launched into orbit from Rocket Lab Launch Complex 1 in New Zealand. This A3S3, what does this stands for? It is Advanced Composite Solar Cell System, right? And this NeonSat, that is of South Korea, this is an Earth observation satellite. When was World Malaria Day observed across the globe? So World Malaria Day is observed on 25th of April, and it is to raise awareness of the global efforts to control and eradicate malaria, a mosquito-borne disease caused by Plasmodium parasite. Next, which company has recently rebranded Horlicks as functional nutritional drink by removing the health label? It is HUL, that is Hindustan Unilever Limited, right? They rebranded their health and food drinks to functional nutritional drinks and removed health label from Horlicks. These changes follows the directive from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees launched the UNHCR Climate Resilient Fund aimed at raising $100 million by dash year to shield refugees and displaced people from climate shocks, and it is by the year 2025. By 2025. Next, according to the fourth quarterly report for 2023 of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development released in April, India's service export increased by how much to $345 billion in 2023. So it increased by 11.4% to $345 billion in 2023. And as per the reports, world service export increased at 8.9% to $7.9 trillion in 2023. Which regulatory body has recently signed an MOU with the Reserve Bank of Innovation Hub to fast-track digital agriculture lending? So it is NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. They have recently signed an MOU with Reserve Bank Innovation Hub to fast-track digital agriculture lending process. And now with the help of this, with the digitization of agriculture lending, the collaboration will help in simplifying the loan process, and it will reduce the turnaround time for loans from 3 to 4 weeks to just 5 minutes, and it will be benefiting more than 12 crore farmers. Next, which credit card provider has recently launched the first core travel credit card with 3 variants, that is Miles Elite, Miles Prime and only Miles? It is SBI card, right? SBI Card and Payment Service Limited, they have introduced the first travel focused credit card, SBI Card Miles Elite, SBI Card Miles Prime and SBI Card Miles. And this is basically for the travelers. Next, which company has recently received an approval from SEBI to launch India's first Nifty non-cyclical consumer index fund? It is Grow Mutual Fund, right? This is the organization that has received the approval from SEBI to launch India's first Nifty non-cyclical consumer index fund. It is Grow Mutual Fund, and the open end scheme is set to launch in the first week of May 2024, and it will be managed by Abhishek Jain. Next, which regulatory body or credit rating agency has recently approved CRISIL ESG Rating and Analytics Limited as Category 1 provider of environmental, social, and governance ratings? It is Securities and Exchange Board of India. Right? Next, which country has recently launched its Shenzhou 18 spacecraft with 3 astronauts to its space station? So it is China, right? And what is the name of their space station? Tiangong Space Station. Next, when was UN International Delegates Day 2024 observed across the globe? This day is observed on 25th of April across the globe, and it is to raise awareness about the roles of the representatives and delegates of the member states of the UN. And this year in 2024 it was the 5th International Delegates Day. Next, which Indian company has recently signed an MOU with Netherlands-based Damen Shipyards for collaborating in the field of e-tugs? That is Goa Shipyard Limited, right? Indian Defence Ministry, Goa Shipyard Limited, they signed an MOU with Damen Shipyards for collaborating in the field of e-tugs, right? Take a note of this. Next, who has been recently appointed as the brand ambassador of the French car maker Citroën in India? So who has been appointed as the brand ambassador here? Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been appointed as the brand ambassador of the French car maker Citroën in India. Right? And Mahendra Singh Dhoni is likely to endorse the brand for 2 years and will be taking 7 crore rupees a year for the same. Next, which of the following companies have recently accorded with Navratna status? So which among the following company got the Navratna status here? So IREDA and your Housing and Urban Development Corporation. These are the two organizations that recently got the Navratna status by Ministry of Finance. And IREDA's profit rose by 32% year on year to 337 crore rupees. Correct? Next is ISRO. ISRO's long-term satellite imaging covering the catchment of Indian Himalayan River Basin from 1984 to 2023. This data was released. That means from 1984 to 2023, it was revealed that all around dash glacial lakes have notably been expanded since 1984. That means the amount of the lakes is being asked, what are the number of lakes that has been extended in size. Because of the climate change, we are seeing that the ice on these or the glaciers, they have melted down and increased the size of the lakes here. So right option here becomes 676 lakes has been notably expanded since 1984, right? And out of this 676, 601 have been expanded more than twice. 10 lakes grown between 1.5 to 2 times, and 314 lakes they have grown are in the range of 4,000 meter to 5,000 meter in elevation range, right? Next is what should be the minimum net worth of small finance bank as of April 24 at the end of the previous quarter to be eligible for conversion into universal banks. So what should be the minimum net worth of a small finance bank at the end of the previous quarter to be eligible for the conversion to universal bank? It should be 1,000 crore rupees. Next, which regulatory or statutory body has recently notified a framework for Category 1 and Category 2 alternative investment funds in the infrastructure sector to raise debt by pledging the equity of their investee companies? Which it will be? It is SEBI. Next, which organization has recently pledged $23.6 billion in 2023 to help Asia and Pacific progress on sustainable development? Asian Development Bank, right? Next, name the personality who has been recently named as ambassador of ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. So, Yuvraj Singh has been named as the ambassador of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. And Sana Mir, the former Pakistan's women cricketer, has been named as the ambassador of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Qualifier 2024 that will be held in Abu Dhabi, UAE. Next, who is the author of the self-help book titled The Winner's Mindset, published by Harper Collins? So, who is the author here? Shane Robert Watson, the former Australian cricketer player, has launched his new book that is titled The Winner's Mindset, and it is published by Harper Collins. Next, when was the World Intellectual Property Day observed across the globe to mark the anniversary of the establishment of WIPO, that is World Intellectual Property Organization? So when was World Intellectual Property Day observed? It is observed on 26th of April. Right? Take a note of this. Then if we talk about World Consumer Rights Day, when do we observe this? It is on 15th of March. 26th of November is observed as World Sustainable Transport Day. And 13th of Feb is observed as UN World Radio Day. Next, name the country that has recently introduced the world's first private submersible super yacht Migelo M5 for visionary billionaires. It is Austria, right? Austria is developing a huge submersible luxury super yacht, right? That is for millionaires, right? That is for billionaires. It is named as Migelo M5. Next, which country has recently launched the first of the 8 Hangar class submarines built for Pakistan? It is China. Right, China has launched the first of the 8 Hangar class submarines built for all-weather ally Pakistan. Next, which country has recently become the guest country for the 11th edition of the Neiba International Book and Culture Fair to be held in the Dominican Republic? It is our India. Take a note of this. Next, which city and country has recently hosted the 26th World Energy Congress? It is Rotterdam of Netherlands, right? They conducted or hosted the 26th edition of the World Energy Congress. What was the theme for this? The theme under which it was held is redesigning energy for the people and planet. Next, in April, RBI announced the investment limit by foreign portfolio investors in the government securities will remain unchanged at 6% of the outstanding stock for FY24. Right? Take a note of this. Then, if we talk about which company has been recently directed by RBI to stop the issuance and operations of its prepaid payment instruments and refund the balances to its customer, it is Top Charge Technologies Private Limited. And the cash holding of these PPIs is limited to 50,000 rupees per month, subject to the overall limit of the PPI. If we talk about IIFL Finance, remember they have ceased and desist sanctioning of gold dispersal. That means they cannot further sanction any gold loans. Then if we talk about Infibeam Avenues Limited, they have received the final authorization from RBI to operate as a payment aggregator. Then if we talk about GM Financial Product Limited, right? Remember, if we talk about them, they have recently been barred by RBI, correct, for financing against the shares and debentures. Right? So JM Financial, if we talk about them, they have been recently barred by RBI for financing against shares. Infibeam, they were granted payment aggregator license by RBI, and even Amazon Pay was granted with the payment aggregator status. Next, in April, REC Limited, they secured a green loan of Japanese yen of 60.536 Japanese yen, correct, that is close to 325 crore rupees, from which organization to finance green projects in India? It will be Servizi Assicurity del Comercio Estro, right? This is the name of the organization from which REC Limited secured a green loan of 3250, that is 3,250 crore rupees, right? The reason for this was basically to finance green projects in India. Then if we talk about Exim Bank of India, here remember Ministry of External Affairs provided 9,000 crore rupees to Exim Bank of India after the government of India guarantees on decade-old loans extended to African countries. If we talk about Asian Development Bank, they have raised $5 billion in dual tranche global benchmark bonds to propel the development of infrastructure and various projects across Asia and the Pacific, right? And if we talk about Japan Bank for International Cooperation, that is JBIC, here remember NTPC, they signed a pact with JBIC for sourcing currency loans of $200 million, right? Next is in April, National Institute of Public Finance and Policy projected India's FY25 gross domestic product growth at between 7.1 to 7.4%. If we talk about Moody, they projected that India will be growing by 6.1% in 2024 and 7.7% in 2023. Then if we talk about Asian Development Bank, they projected India will be growing by 7% in FY25. If we talk about IMF, International Monetary Fund, they projected India will be growing by 6.8% in FY25. Right? Take a note of this. Next, who has been recently appointed as a member of the National Statistical Commission. So Ganesh Kumar has recently been appointed as a member of the National Statistical Commission. Right? Take a note of this. Now the total strength of the members of the commission, including the chairman, is 5. If we talk about Ganesh Kumar, he was a member of the working group for the 77th round of the National Sample Survey conducted by NSO. If we talk about Devashish Kundu, he is currently serving as a professor of the Department of Mathematics and Statistics at IIT Kanpur. Then, if we talk about Rakesh Mohan, right, World Bank has appointed Rakesh Mohan, the former Deputy Governor of RBI, as a member of Economic Advisory Panel of the World Bank Group. If we talk about Manoj Pandaji, right, remember, Government of India appointed economist Manoj Panda, the former director of Institute of Economic Growth, as a full-time member of the 16th Finance Commission. And if we talk about Rajiv Gauba, remember, he has been appointed as the chairman of the committee of a 6-member committee that has been formed in order to look after the rights of the LGBTQ community. Next, which country topped the medal tally with 8 medals, that is 5 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze at the 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 1 held in Shanghai, China? It is our India. Right, India topped with a total of 8 medals here, 5 golds, 2 silver, 1 bronze, and this was held in Shanghai, that is 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 1. Here South Korea and Spain, this finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Then if we talk about China, here remember, India won 8 golds in the Asian Shotgun Championship, and China secured the first position here with 13 medals in Asian Shotgun Championship. Then if we talk about Russia here, remember, we are talking about the Youth World Boxing Cup. Youth World Boxing Cup, right? This is for 2024. This was held in Montenegro, and here Russia has secured the top position in the medal tally with 8 gold medals. Then if we talk about Islamic Republic of Iran, they secured the 2nd position with 131 medals in the Guangzhou Asian Para Games. And who secured the first position? It is China that has secured the first position with 521 medals. Next, RBI announced a premature redemption price for sovereign gold bonds from 2017-18 Series 4 and 2018-19 Series 2 tranches. What is the redemption price for premature redemption due on April 23, 2024? So it is 7325 rupees. So RBI declared that the redemption price for sovereign gold bond for 2017-18 Series 4 and 2018-19 Series 2 tranches due on 23rd of April, and the price for the date is 23rd of April 2024, and the redemption is of 7,325 rupees per gram of gold. Right? So friends, these were your important current affairs for the 4th week of the April month. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial in your learning. Next, according to RBI's annual report of Ombudsman scheme for 22-23 released in March 24, the number of complaints received by the offices of RBI Ombudsman and Centralized Receipt and Processing Center increased by how much in FY23? So it increased by 68.24%, right? The report that was released on March 11th is the first standalone report under RBI's integrated ombudsman scheme that explains the activities of 22 offices of the RBI's ombudsman, that how they are working, right? What are the benefits of it, and how much problems or how much grievances they have solved so far. Next, name the bank that has recently launched India's first contactless payment wearable. It is IndusInd Bank, right? IndusInd Bank Limited, they have launched their contactless payment wearable and it is known as Indus Pay Wear. This is India's first all-in-one wearable for both debit as well as credit card that will be working on MasterCard. Right? If asked about the gateway, payment gateway, it will be MasterCard. This device will offer flexibility, convenience, and security to the users. Next, SIDBI, that is the Small Industries Development Bank of India, they have received the Green Climate Fund's approval for the first anchored project, that is Avana Sustainability Fund, that is valued at $120 million. Correct? Take a note of this. And this GCF, that is Green Climate Fund, will contribute $24.5 million to this Avana Sustainability Fund. And this fund was announced during the 38th board meeting of the Green Climate Fund that was held in Rwanda. Right? It was held from 5th to 7th of March. Next, which bank has recently launched Green Term Deposit Scheme to raise deposits to finance eligible environment-friendly projects and sectors? It is your Bank of Baroda, right? It is one of the India's leading public sector bank and they have launched BOB Earth Green Term Deposit Scheme and it is to raise deposits to finance eligible environment-friendly projects and sectors. The scheme offers stable and secure financial returns along with an opportunity to contribute for a greener planet so that we can also follow sustainable development goals and we can reduce the climate change and the rising of the temperatures that is happening. Here, resident Indians, NRIs, high net worth individuals all are eligible to invest in this particular scheme. Next, name the insurance company that has recently launched a comprehensive women's health insurance plan, that is Health Pow Her. Right? It is for women. Right? Which is the organization or insurance company that has launched it? It is Future Generali India Life Insurance. Right? They have recently launched a comprehensive women's health insurance plan, that is Health Pow Her. And this is designed specifically targeting the women. Next, name the bank that has recently partnered with 197 Communications Limited to settle UPI transactions. Which is it? It is your SBI, State Bank of India. This is the largest public sector bank of India and they have partnered with 197 Communication of that is based in UP, that is in Noida, UP headquartered, to settle the UPI transactions, right, upon acquiring the third party app provider license. And the other TPAP partnerships are with HDFC Bank, Axis Bank and Yes Bank, right? That means we know that Paytm Payment Banks was now closed. So all the rest of the payments of the UPI of this 197 Communications Paytm will be settled through these banks, that is HDFC, Axis and Yes Bank. Next, in March 2024, L&T Finance Holding Limited, they signed a loan agreement with GICA, that is Japan International Cooperation Agency, for how much amount to improve the financial access in India's lagging states. So it is for $125 million and it is to improve the financial access in the India's lagging state. Right? Take a note of this. And there are 10 lagging states in this. And what are the criteria for these lagging states? These are the states with poverty rates above 10%. Some of the states include Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan, Tripura, UP and West Bengal. So I've told you all the 10 of them. Moving on, name the bank that has recently launched Vikas Sapurti, a new loan scheme to strengthen the rural credit delivery system. It is Karnataka Vikas Gramin Bank. Right? Karnataka Vikas Gramin Bank, they have launched a new loan scheme that is known as Vikas Sapurti and it is to strengthen the rural credit delivery system aimed at to motivate the common man to take up income green generating initiatives on a smaller scale. And under the scheme, people may avail loans of minimum of 50,000 rupees to a maximum of 2 lakh rupees. Right? So this Vikas Sapurti launched by Karnataka Vikas Gramin Bank. Next is which institution has recently signed a multi-year MOU with NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, to conduct joint research on blockchain and artificial intelligence technology. So it is IISc Bangalore, right? NPCI, they have signed a multi-year memorandum of understanding with IISc Bangalore, right? And it is to conduct research on blockchain and artificial intelligence, because these are the two technologies that are highly in demand right now. Also remember, TechFini. This is a Mumbai-based fintech firm that is specialized in building the payment infrastructure solutions for an organization, and they have recently partnered with NPCI to offer UPI 2.0, right? Basically to provide this better payment system framework for the organizations. Next is which organization has recently signed $181 million loan agreement with Ministry of Finance for the Ahmedabad Peri-Urban Livability Improvement Project. It is Asian Development Bank, right? Ministry of Finance and Asian Development Bank, they signed a loan worth $181 million, and it is for the Ahmedabad Peri-Urban Livability Improvement Project. The amount will be utilized to build quality infrastructure and services towards improving the urban livability and mobility in the peri-urban areas of Ahmedabad city in Gujarat. And the total financing for this project will be close to $316.9 million. Next, which country's PhonePe Payment Service Limited has recently partnered with NPCI International Payment Limited India to launch cross-border UPI transactions? See, this PhonePe, this is of Nepal, right? So this PhonePe, they partnered with, this is of which country? So they have partnered with NPCI International Payment Limited, that is NPIL. NIPL, that is an arm of NPCI only, and it is to launch UPI based transaction. So this is of Nepal. Next, and remember, this initiative was unveiled during the Global FinTech Fest 2023 that was held in September month. Next, who was recently inducted as the member of the committee of the advisors of Abudaya Cooperative Bank Limited? So Devendra Kumar, right? Devendra Kumar recently inducted as a member of the committee of the advisors of Abudaya Cooperative Bank Limited. Next, which company has recently signed an MOU with the government of Rajasthan to finance power and infrastructure projects worth 20,000 crore rupees? It is REC Limited, that is Rural Electrification Corporation Limited. They signed an memorandum of understanding with the government of Rajasthan, and it is to finance the power and infrastructure projects, and these projects are worth 20,000 crore rupees. And here the amount will be provided, this 20,000 crore rupees will be provided per annum for a period of 6 years, that will be extending up to 2030. Next, which of the following companies or credit cards have recently partnered with Airtel Payments Bank Limited to develop the Airtel Payments Bank smartwatch? So which is that organization? It is Next Base Marketing Private Limited, that is your Noise. It is similar to that of a Boat, right? Boat, we know that this provide electronic device, and similarly Noise also provides electronic devices. So Noise and MasterCard, these two organizations have partnered together, right, with Airtel Payments Bank Limited to develop an Airtel Payments Bank smartwatch, right? Take a note of this. And this smartwatch is equipped with NFC technology also, that is near field communication technology, that will be powered by MasterCard. And the limit here for the transaction that a customer can make is between 1 to 25,000 rupees per day. Next, which country has recently signed $23.27 million line of credit agreement with Exim Bank, that is Export Import Bank of India, for the procurement of 2 Dornier aircraft? See, Dornier 228 aircraft, this is the surveillance aircraft, and this was the aircraft that was gifted by the government of India to Nepal, right? So which is that country that has recently signed an agreement worth $23.27 million with Exim Bank for Dornier 228 aircraft? It is Guyana. Next, which credit card provider has recently collaborated with Titan Company Limited and Payment Service Limited to introduce co-branded cards? Which is it? It is DBS. Sorry, I correct myself. Which is that bank, which is the credit card provider that has collaborated with Titan Company and Payment Services Limited to introduce co-branded credit card? Which is it? it is your SBI card, right? And here remember, various gifts, cashbacks, Titan vouchers, reward points will be provided here worth 2 lakh rupees per annum. Next is RBI. They have imposed a monetary penalty of how much amount on Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank Limited and 63.6 lakh rupees on which bank for non-compliance with certain directions issued by RBI. So remember, RBI, they imposed a monetary penalty of 1.31 crore rupees on Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank and imposed a penalty of 63.6 lakh rupees on which bank? It is on DCB Bank. So right option here becomes option 4. Correct? Take a note of this. Moving on, which bank has recently introduced the scheme Jewel Loan Suvidha to serve the unique needs of housing loan borrowers? It is Indian Overseas Bank. Right? So Indian Overseas Bank, they have introduced the scheme Jewel Loan Suvidha to serve the unique needs of the housing loan borrowers. So they have launched two products. Which are these products that are launched by Indian Overseas Bank? One is your IOB gold powered loan and second is your second is your Jewel Loan Suvidha. Right? Take a note of this. Next is which bank along with NPCI, that is National Payment Corporation of India, has recently launched a RuPay Smart Keychain, that is Flash Pay, for contactless National Common Mobility Card? It is Federal Bank. I repeat, Federal Bank and National Payment Corporation of India, that is NPCI, they have launched a RuPay Smart Keychain Flash Pay. This is for the contactless National Common Mobility Card that will be enabled at various metro station and point of sale terminals. Next, which bank has recently introduced a digital opening of United States dollar fixed deposit for NRI customers at Gujarat International Finance, that is GIFT City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat? That means all the NRIs now they can make a fixed deposit in the GIFT City and this fixed deposit will be of US dollars. So which is that bank that has allowed this facility? It is Axis Bank. Next, which company has recently introduced the first of its kind down payment EMI solution for online retail? So, which is that bank that has recently, or which is that company that has recently introduced first of its kind down payment EMI solution for the online retail? It is your PayU Payments Private Limited. Correct? And this replicates the flexibility and convenience of the down payment of options that are available for the offline EMIs. Next is SEBI. They have introduced the Association of Mutual Funds in India, AMFI, to halt inflows into overseas exchange traded funds from which date? So remember, SEBI, right? They have instructed AMFI, that is Association of Mutual Funds in India, to halt the inflows into overseas exchange traded funds from 1st of April 2024. This decision comes as the current limit of $1 billion set by the RBI is near exhaustion. Next is Aditya Birla Housing Finance Limited. They have launched a unified digital lending platform called ABHFL FinServe. Right? ABHFL FinServe. Right? And it is for home loan customers. And this ABHFL FinServe has been co-created in association with which company? It has been created with TCS, that is your Tata Consultancy Service Limited. This will offer various seamless experience for the customers. Right? Real-time updates will be there. Greater transparency of the loans will also be provided here. And this will be for the home loan customers. Remember this.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. Also students, you can use code Vikas10 that will give you extra 10% discount on the courses that you will purchase.